this edition of Leesburg Living. I'm Sandy Moore.
And I'm Danielle Parker, and we're here at one of the hottest new regional restaurants to hit Leesburg, the Mojo Grill.
That's right, Mojo Grill and Catering Company has 4 locations, 2 in Ocala, 1 in Bellevue, and now here in Leesburg off of Highway 441 right next to Lake Sumter State College.
So let's go get our mojo on. I heard that Rondo Fernandez, the owner and creator of this amazing restaurant, is waiting for us inside.
All right.
Hey, how y'all doing today? My name is Rondo from Mojo's here in Leesburg, and thanks for having me on today. I'm a big music fan, so I'm a big blues fan too, so whenever you come into Mojo's, you'll see kind of my musical influences. I love soul. I think the old school music was what it's all about. I don't think they make music like that anymore, but so I hope when you come in and you guys can come and feel the music and soul, right? I mean, that's why we have what we love, and music I think is a way to communicate that covers any culture, any race, and just kind of all encompassing, and that's why we love music. It's a feel good thing for us. If you look at our menu, it's everything I like to eat. It's kind of come from restaurants that I've worked at, from me traveling. I just love good Southern type based food. To me, that's kind of soul food. I think there's a lot of connection between soul food, Cajun food, and Cuban food. It all kind of derives from the same thing. It's all rice and cheaper cuts of meat and things like that. A lot of flavor, and so I like to be able to put the stuff that I love, that I'm passionate about, on our menu, and I think it shows, right? If you're passionate about something, hopefully our passion shows through in our food, and definitely Cuban and Cajun is the way to go. I can't think of any 2 better influences that come to mind. The Pepin is named after my father. That was his nickname, was Pepin. So everybody in my family is some type of Jose Fernandez, and if you're named Jose, you have some version of Pepe as your nickname. And Pepin is my dad's nickname. So it's our signature dish. The most important thing is we sear the pork. You know, the mojo that we make is just kind of sets it off, the lime, just a ton of flavor. A lot of soul goes in, a lot of love goes into that. The Cuban sandwich, same thing. You know, it's a lot of meat that goes on it, which is important for me. You know, it's not just like lunch meat pork, which a lot of people put on Cubans. You know, it's really good ham, it's really good roasted pork. We press it, you know, we sprinkle garlic powder on it. So there's a lot of different steps that go into both of those things that I think take them up a notch. My father's from Cuba, so I'm first generation American. My mom decided to move me up to Ocala, and I had no idea where Ocala was. So I looked at, you ever seen that big beach blanket? That's like the state of Florida, and there's a little dot said Ocala there, and she moved me to a place called the Ocala National Forest, and to the Big Scrubs, which is just outside of Umatilla area. And so I went from the city streets and street lights and surrounded by fellow Cuban Americans to sugar sand and scrub pines and no street lights, no paved streets. It was a huge cultural shock, but I wouldn't change it for any way in the world the way I grew up. Even though I went to Lake Weir, everything that we did was in Lake County. So, you know, us going to town, living where I lived at, was coming to Eustis or coming to Leesburg. So the first restaurants that I worked at were in Leesburg. You know, I worked at a place called Z's Phoenix. Behind that was an oyster bar at the time called Shuckers, and I worked there shucking oysters and washing dishes. And so as a kid, my mom would bring me to work with her, and I was the kid that would. I say the lucky one, but I'm being sarcastic about it, but I was the dishwasher or the busser or the kid who came up and cleaned up all the garbage. And anytime they needed anybody, a cook, I was the kid that came in and did it. And I hated it at the time, but I loved the fact that I know how to do all this stuff. And not only that, but it gives me the compassion to lead people in our company that do that. So, you know, washing dishes for 12 hours straight, gives me compassion for the guy that washes dishes for us, and I think it's important for a leader of a business to know how to do everything. Not only to know how to do everything, but to be willing to do everything. You know, you gotta love those you lead, and you have to work with them. So the restaurant business is all I know how to do, and I'm grateful for it. You know, in 2007, I lost my first restaurant. You know, it was a dream that I worked so hard to get to, and just lost focus on what was important, and wound up losing it. And that was a very humble experience for me, because I had to go from being a restaurant owner, I went back to waiting tables, and I started a catering company. And the only way I would be able to cater things was for me to give my food away. Yeah, other than that, nobody wanted me involved with their company or in their events. So I had to wait tables to make money to buy food to give it away, so I could be allowed back in and kind of be accepted by the community again. And it was 10 years of just working really hard, just being a part of the community, being there for others, and showing folks that I can be live a purposeful life. And that's why I think why Mojo's is so successful today. It's our extreme passion that we have for serving others, loving on others in our community, showing other people that they can have a purpose too, and that's really important, you know. And giving my life to Christ. In 2014, I gave my life to Christ, and you know, God completely changed my life around and just gave me focus and guidance. And so it was a long road. It's a lot of work. It was a humbling experience. But I'm glad that I went through those trials and tribulations, because it made me who I am today. Feed the Needs, a foundation that I started, just kind of to go back with giving back. We're very passionate about underprivileged children, and so we try to do a lot of things that impact underprivileged children. We started a program called The Rock. We opened up our first Lake County Rock at Leesburg High School. You know, what The Rock is a pantry, not a pantry, it's a classroom that we've been given. So a child gets a pass from the teacher, they walk into the classroom, we're in high schools, and they can get food, clothing, hygiene, feminine hygiene, school supplies, mentorship, glasses. We got a kid braces because he had a speech impediment, and we see 400 kids a day. And it's just giving them, just like I said, it's giving them hope. We try to give kids a hope for the future by giving them power in the presence. And it's just something we do. Is Feed the Need also takes care of doing big bike drives and clothing drives. We gave over 500 bikes away. Every foster kid in Marion County got a bike. We also gave a bunch of bikes away in Lake County. Just those types of things, you know, just being there for people and just trying to get kids to hold on and believe in themselves, to be who God called them to be. So Feed the Need, we do a ton of work for the youth, so it's awesome. Leesburg is kind of full circle for me. So my first restaurant jobs were in Leesburg. So to be back, you know, I even went to culinary school at Lake Votech, which is in Eustis. So while I'm considered a Marion County guy, my early years and my childhood and all my restaurant experience was Lake County. And for me to be back in Leesburg, to me, is like a complete full circle. We want to be a beacon for hope and love and be a part of this community in an extreme way. And I think we're well on our way. There's still a lot of work to do, but we want to be somebody that this community can count on.
That crazy Cuban sandwich and that Mojo sauce, I can tell why they call it the best thing on the menu.
I just enjoyed the whole vibe of the restaurant.
Agreed.
As they like to say, they serve up soul-soothing food with atmosphere for family and friends.
It's true, they really, really do. And to find out more, go and visit their website at mojogrillingcatering.com.
It's a great website to check out their menu, daily specials, and events that are coming up for the grill.
That's right.
We hope that you've enjoyed this edition of Leesburg Living. For a chance to win some great prizes, be sure to like us on Instagram and Facebook. And remember, get out and explore Leesburg.
We hope you enjoyed the episodes of Leesburg Living. If you have any questions or have any show ideas, feel free to contact Lakefront TV at lakefronttv@leesburgflorida.gov. If you'd like to learn more about the Leesburg Chamber of Commerce and great things to explore in our beautiful lakefront city, contact us at leesburgchamber.com. You can also check out area restaurants and more information at leesburgeats.com. Until next time, get out and explore. There are 1,000 fresh waters of lake around here after all.
That's right.
We're here at the Leesburg International Airport.
I thought you had more to say.
No.
But it's my turn. Hiking through through stuff.
Through that preserve.
That's right. Or they could paddle on the spring.
My personal favorite.
She likes to paddle. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I have hair in my face. You've enjoyed this edition of Leesburg Living? Is that going to mess us up? Because it messed me up.